Alright, we need assistance for problems 4 through 6. I will go through a couple and make sure you have them set up so you can complete it and get the review, completing it practice. Key to this is using Pythagorean theorem. That is on your formula chart. You don't have to memorize it. But it basically is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Alright, so I know I did the 5 in class. I will kind of get set up and talk about the evens 4 and 6. So the key to this is making sure you identify the hypotenuse. C is the biggest side. C is here. On number 4 is the x. So A and B could be 10 and 16. In class we talked about also, it doesn't matter, as long as you know the hypotenuse, I could switch these up, A and B, because those are always the legs which are making the perpendicular side. So I'm just going to show you or check for setup. Here we would have basically 10 squared plus 16 squared equals c squared. If you show me that, you will receive impartial credit. Then you would actually need to physically square these numbers. So 10 squared is 100. And I said c squared, but I'll change that to x squared. Sorry about that. 16 squared, I think, is 256. Yep. And that is c squared, which is our x squared. I'm just going to substitute. So what I get here is 356 equals x squared. And understand that if you can get to a decimal answer, I will receive partial credit. If you're showing these steps here, to get our x, we have to take the square root. But because it says x is a radical in simplest form, that means no decimal answers. Okay? I know if you go to your calculator, you hit control, oops, we're out of calculation, control x squared to get to the radical, and you do 356, that comes out to a decimal. You can use that decimal to help you problem solve and pick the right radical, because you are going to have some multiple choice questions here. So I need to simplify the 356. Let me get back to what we have. So I have my square root of 356. I'm trying to get numbers that are divisible, a perfect square that is divisible by 356. It goes into 356, excuse me. So I know 4 works. So basically it goes 356 divided by 4. We get 89, which is prime. So I'm going to go to my review. I'm going to write that underneath here we have 4 times 89. 4 is the perfect square, so that comes out. So our final answer is 2 square root of 89. That is the simplified radical part. So you should have done number 5. I'm not going to redo that, but I'm going to make sure we have the setup for number 6 if you need assistance on that. Hopefully we see that 19 is our hypotenuse, so that could be our C. The other two don't really matter. A and B, order doesn't matter. So for a side length that's a radical, you have to use parentheses. 3 square root of 29, parentheses squared. Make sure that square, the exponent is on the outside of the parentheses. Plus x squared equals 19 squared. And we did 19 squared with number 5, so you should have that answer. I believe that was 361. All right. Just to recap on your calculator, if you use your parentheses, so parentheses 3, control x squared for the radical, and we're doing 29, so the square root of 29. And if I move my cursor to the outside and put this, take the square, make sure that choose outside the parentheses, hit enter, will give you your whole answer. So you should have 261 here. And then we're going to solve for x. So subtract the 261. Subtract the 261. That would give you x squared equals 100. Solve for x. I know you can get to there. Take your square root. All right, so if you're ready to go to the next set of problems, it's the end of this video. It should go on to using special rights, which are our problems 7 through, I believe it was 14. So if you need help with that, check out the next video. Thanks.